made. Smoother than your smoothest criminal. Shamo, about that money, what we get into. Shamo, about that money, get residuals. Shamo.
Yes. Yes, 2 times. Y'all know the vibes though. She like, they go. She like, they go. Okay. Okay. That knock. Looking for M's like I lost a friend. Hop up out the bed like, where's the bread? What it do, people? You're now tuned in.
Popavist.
Popavist.
Popavist
Popavist
TV.
TV.
Oh, yeah.
We live, we rolling, we unscripted, we authentic, that feeling back up in here one more again. So if it's your first time, then the question is, where you been? Because over here on this side, we deal with sports, hip-hop, entertainment, interviews sometimes when people don't be acting flaky, Popavisms 101, and of course, motivation. If that sound like something you can rock with, then before you exit to the left and hit stage left, go ahead and hit the subscribe button. Go ahead and hit the like button and smash that notification bell so when I upload the videos, you get alerted. You get alerted when I upload the videos, and if it's not your first time and you been rocking with the channel, you know how I do. You know how I start the show.
Tony, there was no other way. We in the end game.
And we is in the end game, people. And we in the end game because today, you know, the long-awaited results is in with, you know, the self-proclaimed godfather of YouTube, Kevin Samuels. And that is, you know, the causes of his death. When, you know, unfortunately, when his you know, death was announced, a lot of people was curious, as myself. Like, you know what I mean? Damn, thought he was healthy, thought XYZ. You want to know, you know, what ultimately was the cause. And I think we all want to know that, you know, answer for ourselves, like personal reasons. Obviously, he's a celebrity, etc. But, you know, you want to know how people die. And today it was revealed, you know, that it was of natural causes. And like a lot of, you know, black folks, oh, but you black. You know, we suffer with, you know, bad eating. So we have diabetes, we have hypertension, we have, you know, high blood pressure. We have a lot of things that ail us because of our eating habits, you know, the lifestyles that we choose. And, you know, it's the silent killer. So in his case, they said it was hypertension. And, you know, he was taking a medication for it. And ultimately, he pretty much died of natural causes. So with that being said, it's like, all right, it fits the narrative of obviously it was no foul play. People was thinking it was foul play. Some people did, you know, assume that. And some people still looking with the side eye. Now, I mean, like, I wonder. And then obviously for the people that wanted him to be, you know, a drug user, or I don't want to say a junkie, but just, you know, extra curriculum activity, so to speak, when it comes to recreation. And, you know, I'm sure a lot of people would have been happy to hear, you know, like, oh yeah, he was a casual user, or, you know, whatever, because that would fit their narrative. But the narrative that's, you know, out there now is, you know, just pretty much natural causes. And if you one like myself to say, I still really don't know, on the come up, reached 1 million followers, you know, you as a conspiracy theorist, sometimes you say, you know, you can almost always try to find a reason, but sometimes you can be extreme, and I'm not to that level. But when you put the beat on, you know what I mean, rest in peace, Bismarck, I wouldn't be shocked and amazed if, you know, if it turned out, but obviously, you know, it's not like they're going to come out and tell us anyway. You know what I mean? Like, oh yeah, we've been doing X, Y, Z. So, you know what I mean? This is what it is. And obviously that's the most extreme. And, you know what I mean? Where they come out and say some shit like that. And it's like, yeah, y'all, what y'all going to do about it? You know what I mean? Pretty much. But, you know, the other side of that, obviously that now that it's deemed natural causes. You know, you got to say again, it's the lifestyle you choose, it's stress. You know what I mean? The stress is supposed to be one of the main components. And, you know, having what he had and, you know, losing the pops, losing the grandmother, losing loved ones. A lot of people in the black community, oh, but you black. You know, we die of these things, you know what I mean? And it's all based around, you know, again, the eating habits, the not working out, the, you know, over drug use in the black community a lot of times. And even if it's more in the real life in the other communities, you know, that's them. And that's you, but we dealing with us. And this is what we see often. So, you know, I relate back. I say for myself, every time I go to the doctor, I don't go often. It is that stigma of black men going to the doctor and not being, you know, trusting. Going with a level of apprehension and like, it's looking a little shaky, a little nervous, a little shaky, a little nervous. You're a little nervous to go to the doctor thinking that, you know what I mean? You might be the next Tuskegee experiment, or, you know, you might be giving the dummies, you know what I mean? Or the crash dummy, you know, what's them pills? The fake pills, but it's not really nothing. I forget what they call it, the trial pills. But anyway, you know, you could get something like that. But I'll say, you know, what helps me personally keep the stress down, and I don't know if it's good or bad, but I just know that when certain things happen, if I can't do anything about it, like it's like you're not going to do anything about it, you're not going to change the outcome, then you have to adopt the fuck it rule. And I know that's hard. You know, brothers like Kevin, you know, I plainly say he's like the Tupac of YouTube, the way his work ethic was. And obviously he's an older gentleman pushing 60, you know what I mean? Whether you thought he looked good for his age or not, whether he carried it well, and it looked like he did as far as, you know, being able to perform at that level. A lot of people cannot do that. Now, granted, he was making a couple dollars and he was doing PDD, which is pretty damn decent. Better than pretty damn decent. So, you know, you become a workaholic. And obviously people were saying that his work ethic was like that prior, but obviously when you start touching a couple dollars, whether you had or you lost it and now you're getting back, you know what I mean? And as long as you stay the same and it come back around, like, you know what I mean? You do may work harder or more fierce and, you know what I mean? With that vigor, give the speech with vigor, and ultimately that can be the cause. And you ask anybody that's rich and is successful, you know what I mean? Or just let's say financially successful. I don't say about rich. Like I'm rich, bitch. Like, you know what I mean? Rick James. But just doing pretty damn decent. You know what I mean? You can start to, you know what I mean, miss out on, you know, events and, you know, work yourself into the ground. You know what I mean? As opposed to, you know, taking it easy. And that's what they say could have been ultimately what led to that, as well as, you know, the Red Bulls couldn't have helped. When you read in the comments and you jump in the comments, because y'all know I'll be in the comments, like I'm running through these YouTube streets, running through these YouTube alleyways, and I'm here now. They should have never let me in the game. You know, you see in the comments that people is like, you know, now they want to start taking their health more serious. They want to, you know, work out and worry about their stress. And I think we should. You know? Because no matter how much money you obtain, money you have, the richest person in the world will give all their riches to get their health back, to get their vision back if you start going blind, to get your, you know, your feet back. People lose limbs and things of that nature. And if you have your health, you have everything. You always can get it back. That's my attitude. That's my, you know, my mantra of living life. People be like, yo, you know, you've been through a lot, et cetera, et cetera. Ooh, 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 ah, ah, ah. Why you be smiling? Why you be happy? And, you know, no matter what's going on, the thing is you're here, and that's a blessing in itself. And if you have your health, that's having wealth, because without health, you have nothing. But back to the fuck it rule, you know what I mean? Like, I think that plays a big factor in keeping you stress-free. One, I mean, what's the sense of stressing and worrying about something that you really can't control? How the outcome gonna play? You want your Doctor Strange, like now you Doc Strange in the range, like, whoa. Like, you know what I mean? You looking into the future 6,080 some times to see how the outcome is gonna play out. And that's if you have a say-so in the matter. Then do everything you can do to have it play in your favor. But once you determine and you come to the realization like, oh shit, There's nothing I can do about it. Like, you know what I mean? There's nothing you can do. Stressing over it is only going, make you head to the washing machine, more faster, and you're gonna be looking washed for your age. So, to keep the stress off, you have to adopt the fucking rule sometime. But you definitely want to, work out and take care of yourself. You know what I mean? Once you lose your health, really, as men, especially, you may not have people care for you. And that's definitely one of the, the downsides of, and even if you have kids, it's not a guarantee they're going to be there in your later days. I'm sure we all know examples or scenarios and cases where, you see parents erode, whether they was good or bad parents, and they don't get the best of the help. They get put in a nursing home or they get put up somewhere, and people really go check them. You know what I mean? Because people is busy doing what they do. They move shaking. They, 1, 2, and doing what people do to get to the bag, etc. And they forget. Although you was birthed by them, although they helped you out in a time when you couldn't take care of yourself, etc. So, as men, you see a lot more homeless men than women. And, you see a lot more when I was going to the nursing homes to see my grandmother, rest in peace, may the Most High have mercy, and my pops. Person I called my pops. They both was on medication, like 12, 15 medications a day. You know what I mean? And so, nobody would come through. And obviously, if you're a good person, you would hope that people would come through. So I always say, think about when you out of here, because you never know when you out of here. And just be happy and be blessed and appreciative. But, now that we found out the causes, hopefully that'll make, a change in your life going forward if you was a fan of his work or you follow his content. And I think his content helped a lot of people. So, I'm sure a lot of people was happy to hear that it's natural causes, even though it may have been with a strange woman. I'm sure a lot of men, and I touched on this already, would like to die with some Buddingtons. You know what I mean? It's preferably young. You know what I mean? So to keep it a buck, you know what I mean? Not on no academic shit, but you know what I'm talking about. Anyway, it's your boy, Popavist. Y'all was just tuned in. Popavist TV, that's my show. We live, we rolling, we unscripted, we authentic, that feeling back up in here one more again. Yeah, kid.